Hello everyone, in our today's video we're going to create our authentication with Firebase. As you previously known, we have been till here. As you see, it's running from a local host. We are already created our store, and also we can add the product, we can delete the product, and also we can add from the store. Everything is done. But in today's build we're going to create our authentication. And how it will be, first of all, if we go to our demo one over here, let's go to our accounts, and also let's go to in registration. Let's get a registration with my name, then and also all the authentication is working like the way we set up before. So after continue, you see it's the state is loading and the account created successfully, and then it will redirect to my login page using the use navigation. Then if you go to our over here in the Firebase, you can see that email already is account is created now. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go through with my, like I just put some that one, and also I put my password. I think the error will show up. See the invalid email. It will go through all of the email over here, and it will match through the exact email. If email is like available there, it will give an invalidation like not available there. Then now I give the credential, and after that login successful. And now if you look at through, see the changes over here. I got the user, okay, and also after getting the user, there is also one changes over here. I also get my, like over here, like that part it will not be there. Of course the name will come. I will just show you how to do it. Okay, so this part will be coming through, and now this user is not I'm directly accessing to the from the Firebase. What I'm doing, after getting the users, I am keeping it in my store in the Redux toolkit. I'm accessing my users from here because I'm passing that user to my Redux toolkit, to Redux store, to access it there, so that by that way now, even though I can add anything there, I can customize any of the state from my card, it will not be an issue anymore. Okay, so in this build we are going to do everything related to that. So let's close it and let's go over start building from here. Let's go to our home page. Now if you followed my first to fourth video, you should come up until here, but if you fail somehow, then I'm gonna give you that link in the description, so you can just clone it or download it to get all the codes, and you will just reach up until here. Then you can start the Firebase from here with me. So to do that, first of all, let's go to our application over here. Now first of all, we need to see where we are. If we go inside the page, let's go to registration. Here we are inside the registration. First of all, let's see if we are getting the data or not. Like after solving all the error, let's just give a little console.log, and let's get the client name and also the email, I think, yeah, and the password. Let's see if we can get that in our console. So inspect that one, and here we will check from our registration. Now if we type here, just give a name, so if we click here, see we are getting the name and our field value is empty. So now this portion is ready to go. So first of all, we need to do one single change over here. If you just if we just go over there, I believe in the Redux store where we created the Amazon slide. Now you see we have user info, and I put it as an array, but it will not be an array. What I'm gonna do, it will be none as an initial value. It will be null. So whenever we are going to update the user, as you see, we will update an object including all the possible of data, like whatever data we require, we're gonna get the data to it. So now let's go back here again. Okay, that's just giving me a problem. So now what I'm gonna do, in the registration we will initial. First of all, let's go to initialize our Firebase. To initialize, first of all, we need to create an account. like create an application, right? If you go to Firebase, then it will end up here, and then you need to add a project for your application. So first of all, let's get a name of Amazon YT for this our today's build, and just continue with that. And you need to, of course, you need to access an account, Google account. So I'm going to put the default one. Now when it's spinning, for the documentation, you can just go to from any of the page, just write the Firebase web, then it will give you that page. Now over here, we're gonna look forward in the pricing, the docs will go to build, and then in the build on the authentication, we'll go for our web and can just start with it. I think sign in, it will be for the pre-built one, which already have the authentication, and other one get started, how it will be. So that's the one thing you can go through. First of all, we need to initialize. So our app is ready. Let's go over here. And when it's done, you need to access this one. There is the whatever the necessary for the web, it's available here. So first of all, let's click on it. And now you see you need to give another name of your web app. I will just go with the same name, Amazon YT, just to make it simple. And also you can use the Firebase real-time database for other procedure. Now I'm using the npm, not using the script tag for HTML, so I will just copy it, and then I need to install it inside my project. So let's go back here, let's put the terminal bigger, and now I'm gonna install that one. And after installing, let's see what is requiring. I need to get all of those items inside my app anyway. I need to keep it there, and then from there I can access all over the properties from the Firebase. So first of all, let's go in here. Inside my source folder, I'm gonna get a new file, and it will be like firebase.config.js. Now in that file, I'm gonna put everything is required from there. So let's copy all of it. Now if you copy paste the same way, it will not work if you just copy my thing, because I'm gonna delete that application later on. So don't copy that one. Just try with your own user account and ID. First of all, I no need that analytical. I think analytics, yeah, I'm not gonna use that one. So now I have that app, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna export it so it will not give up that any pop-up. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a default export, and that will be my initialize, not the initialize app, it will be my Firebase config. By default I am importing it there, and now I need to give my application, overall application, having permission to access the data. So in the index.js, for time being, there will be other formulation later on. For time being, I will just import that Firebase config from Firebase. I'm just keeping it here so my application can access it. So after keeping it, so Firebase configuration is done. So now what I need to do, I need to access all of it. First, that one is done. If I just go continue to console, in the build, I'm going to go through the authentication to create the user and also giving user the authentication. So let's go get it started. And in here, as you see, there's a lot of additional providers is there. Later on we'll try with Google, Facebook and other GitHub like that, but now on we'll just try to use the email and enable that one. So we are enabling that. Either way we can add another new provider or something. Now in here we can add user manually, otherwise we need to push the user from our registration form. And to do that, first of all, we need to see how we can do that, right? Now here you can see sign up new user. So what we need to do for that, we need to import that piece of code from here, and also we need to paste it over here. So now we get the get auth, and then what is saying, we need to get auth from the get auth. So now it's the same way, so I'll just put that const auth from get auth. Okay, so it will take from the get auth, and now after that I need to give that credential, I need to send that credential to the Firebase. So what I'm doing, I'm creating the user with email and password. So after, when I'm accessing all the data, see, every validation is right, I'm getting that data in the console. So after having console, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that email and the password. The email is given over here. Remember, we have an email. I will take that email and that password to create a new user. So like after having that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a console.log, and we will see whatever user we are receiving is created or not. And then also we're gonna make console.log, and if there is any error, it's gonna show us the error. So now we have the user. Now let's go to our application, and in here now we can see if we can create a user. Now if we click over here, it will take its time to spin up, and I believe there is something we are missing. Okay, I think there will be no user. It didn't create yet. If it's create, it should pop up. So first of all, I think the problem is over here. So what I'm gonna do, there we're checking with the password, if the password C password.length. So we're checking in every possibility. Now we are getting in that in the console, but we cannot send it here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just keep it in a way just for time being. Let's type again. No, it's still cannot access, and there is no error. So something we are missing. Yeah, we are in the right place, but why is giving up that way? So okay, it will create the user credential, and then it will create the account. So first of all, we are giving our auth, email and password, and then we're giving our, like, we're getting those things. Okay, just make a refresh to see what's happening. I believe we connected it perfectly. Yeah, that's supposed to be. Everything is right. Firebase config, and the Firebase config should be okay. So let's go again in the registration. Let's hit over here. Here it is working. So if I click, yeah, it just, I think sometimes it's the network error. So now we are getting our user, like there is but there is like the email is taking, and also it will take the password, and then also we can get a UID, the initial ID for it. But you see, we need to have the display name. Remember, whenever we are logging, we should get our like the name, we need to get it. So we need to pass it as a display name, and also we need to pass, I think, that photo URL to access the image. To do that, we also need to pass another piece of state, which will give us the like update the user. If we go back here, I think in the manage users, we can see the updation, how we can update a current user. Get users profile, and then I believe it's somewhere here. So you feel free to go with each and every one to find out. Just try to read those things, and then it will be just fine. So now, okay, what I'm gonna do, I already did it several times, so I know which one it will work. So let's go to our application. What I need from there, I need another piece of state which will make that update profile. Yeah, I need to get that one. Through that update profile, I can update the display name, the initial name, and also I can update the photo URL. So what I'm gonna do, in here, like after getting the after creating the I already create the account, so I am getting that credential. So after that I'm gonna make like update profile, and what it will be, it will take my auth, and also it will take the current user, whatever the user is created, then it will pass the object, and there it will give a display name, and the display name will be my client name, the name I am giving in the in that input filter, the name I am passing, that name will be my display name. And then I will also give a photo URL. I'm just gonna grab my photo URL. So later on we will make it unique, that any people who ever logging, they can change their image as the way they want. So now I'm also passing those two properties. Now if we go back here, we'll just refresh that one, you will see our already user here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete that one. So now in here again, now put the password. Now once you click, it will take a bit of time. Now see, it's very quick. Now we are getting the display name, the name we place it here, and also we got a photo URL, and it will be that URL we can access. Now we are having that, but what if, what if I am putting the same email, the email I already have been given here, I have already created with account with that email. What if I am putting the same email there? So what I'm gonna do, let's just go grab that all the error. Oops, I think, yeah, I made some click. So if we put the same email, now let's click. See, it's spinning, it's giving that auth email already in use. If you go to the console, so those portions is already giving that accounts already in use. So I need to get that error, whenever that account is in use, I need to pass a message to my user that that already have that account, don't try another one. So what I'm gonna do in my application, I'm gonna take a piece of state, and first one, it will be I will just keep it the name of the Firebase one, so it will be easy to fetch or get the one. Now what I'm gonna get, I'm gonna give given an error which will be Firebase error, and I'm gonna putting it at set Firebase error. Now how we gonna place that error? Okay, so to place that error, what we'll do, once we are giving us the console, see the console is the error console is here. From here we are getting the error message, right? So here we need to get an error message is coming from the error code. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write a piece of state if error code dot includes, if that error code includes that message, and that message will be let me just go and grab from the console. I think I refresh, so I'll grab from somewhere else. If that error message contain that portion, okay, then what it gonna do, it gonna set Firebase error, and that error will be email already in use, try another one, those kind of error message you want to show. So this will be my error message. Okay, so now this one I'm not using it, so I'll just remove that one. So if we go back here, and also we need to pass that error message, right, in the same place where we show the error email, we will just go back here, and let's keep the Firebase error and also the Firebase error. I think, yeah, the Firebase error. And again, whenever we are typing anything, we given the error, but whenever we are typing, that error is gone. So if that error is coming, also we need to make it empty. So there is the error, set email error will be done, and set Firebase error also will be empty. And also we need to make another piece of statement, and that statement will round up everything. All right, right now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to skip it like that way. Let's first go and see if that error is coming or not. So first of all, write with the name at now if we type with the same email, see, it's going through that database and it's gonna be rematched with everything with the name, and then if that error, that one is available, it's gonna give me the error. So I need to get that one and need to refresh with that. So let me try to make it that one good, and maybe it will work. And also set Firebase error. Let's just refresh that one. Let's see. Let's create another account. If we click, yeah, we're getting all of it. So now we have another account and with the same credential, but with a different account, different email. Like if we just want to get with the account, so now what it gonna do, it gonna go give us that error. So now our registration form is okay. So but whenever we are clicking, there is a loader, it should loading, right? It need to we need to show that the progressing is happening or not. So for that one, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get another spinner, which will be React spinners, React spinners, I think spinner loader, maybe, yeah, spinner loader. So let's go to their home page, and from here we're gonna install that one. So first of all, to install, I'm gonna just copy those portion, and in my terminal, let's just get install that one. And where we gonna showing that our loader, remember beforehand we are showing it in our, like if we go back, I think after the like below of it, right? Oops, I'm just close it. I need that one to get my spinner from there. So in here, I believe I'm gonna use rotating. I'm gonna use that. I think that one, rotating lines. So first of all, let's copy that one, and first we need to create another state, which will be my loading state. Okay, so when the loading state will active, only then we gonna go through that one. So first of all, not only loading, I will get two states. One will be my loading message, one will be my error message. So from here and here, I'm gonna paste, this is my loading message, it will be first false, then so first of all, when the loading we want, whenever we start creating, right? It's like same like async await. So it will be the same procedure, but Firebase going with the then and like with the then. So what I'm gonna do when I'm initializing that process to send my data to Firebase, I'm gonna implement my loading only then. Like I'm gonna implement that one after making the loading true. So when the loading is true, it means Firebase started is working, right? But also I need to making my loading false. When it will be when the user is created, right? When I have the user, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the set loading will be false, and also I will give a success message, which will be our that message. It will be says account created successfully, right? We need to show them the message also. And there will be another piece of statement also we need to make, which will make by the navigation from the React Router DOM. So let's const navigate. It will be use navigate. You need to import. I'm just auto importing, so just make sure it's there. So what we're gonna do, whenever we have the success message, we want the user to redirect to our login page, right? After showing the success message. And to do that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a set timeout function, and inside that function, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna navigate that one to our sign in page, or SIGNIN, yeah, sign in page, and it will navigate after 3000 milliseconds. Like after 3 seconds, it gonna navigate us to our our sign-in page. So it will be enough time to show our loader, show our success message, and to show our loader, what I'm gonna do, I will just go in the, I think, below our button. If we go here, that's our continue button. Yeah, continue. Below our button, I'm gonna make a piece of state, like if loading is true, only then we want to show the loader, right? So if loading is true, it's gonna show us a div, and inside that div we need that loader. As you see, we need to get that one. So let's copy here, paste this here, and also we need to import. I'm just going to get auto input from there. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna setting as a color, it will be like little bit yellowish, same like the Amazon color. And also I'll give a height of 50, and I want that one should be all over in the center. So I'll make flex, and I will make justify center. So my set loading is okay. And also what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass a success message after loading is like getting false. Now everything is going very quick, so just go through slowly one by one, you will understand it better. So what I'm gonna do, when the success message is available, like I have the success message, and only then I'm gonna passing that message. Like I'm gonna take another div, and inside that div I will pass a p tag, and on that p tag, what I'm gonna passing that success message. And also for that p tag, because if you saw beforehand the example, it's like coming with little bit motion. I believe before I use any motion over here, if we go up, no, we never use motion here. So let's import motion, I think from Framer motion. Yeah, so we're gonna use that motion to just give us a little bit animation over here whenever the success message is coming through. So that motion, and I'm gonna get our motion initial. Okay, let's go back here. I'm gonna grab the motion and some bunch of class name to looks it little bit better. So now we have our registration is ready, including the loading and success message. Let's go and create another username. First of all, let's create test user, test@gmail.com. So now if we click, I believe we're gonna see the spinner. No, something cut out, we missed something. Loading is not a function, we made a mistake. Just go through there, we can find it where we made the mistake. Loading is not a function, so somewhere we keep the loading. Okay, so set loading, we are false. See, we are making the loading true, it will be the set loading. Okay, so that is the problem we created. So set loading will be true, not the loading. We should see our console time to time. Let's make a refresh. Just create an account with the admin. So let's go and admin at gmail.com. So if we click now, you see the loader is there, account created successfully, and within 30 seconds it's gonna take us to in that page. Also we need to remove that in the registration. I think we are creating one user console.log because we don't want the people to see the credentials. So I'm going to remove that console.log. Now our registration page is ready. It's time us to sign in. So to sign in, let's go to sign in page and let's go to our Firebase. Let's see what they are saying whenever we need to sign in, what we need to use. For that one, sign in existing users. So now here what you need to do, import that auth and also sign in with email and password. That's so simple. So first of all, let's copy that one, copy that, and in our sign in option we're gonna paste it, and also we need that auth and we're gonna paste it here. So now when we're gonna do that, once we have those data, see we have that data. So now in here we need to create our sign in option. So let's copy that. Excuse me. So in here we're gonna start our building. So it's like sign in with email and password, and we are passing that out email and password, and then we are getting our user credential. So now if we make that console.log and user, we can see the user. And also what we love to do is to make a console.log error code, and like only need to just error code, I think better, we can see the error there. So if we go back here in our, as you click through, it will show us the error message. Now if we also refresh here, we have an account with admin, and let's go to try to sign in with that account, admin@gmail.com. So I believe it will work. Now see, we are already signed in and we are getting all the credential. So first of all, let's set up everything the way it's supposed to be. First one, I'm gonna put a loader, like loading and success message, the same way, same way, yeah. So I'll just do it. Okay, let's go the loading and set loading. And also I need to make two different like the Firebase error. You know, there will be an error when the password will not match, when the like the email will not match. You type an email, it's not related to the database, it will show the error. The password if not matched, it will show the error. Same procedure the way we make the email in our registration. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up in the same procedure. Just go through it, you will understand it better. In the error message, I'm gonna setting up that one. So first of all, it will be the same setup, you know. First one, it will be in the set loading, I will make it true. After and that portion, it will be set loading, which will be true. And after that, what I'm gonna do, once I created the account, like I have the user over here, I'm gonna make a set loading, it will be false. And also when the set loading it will be false, I'm gonna set a success message, and that success message will be login successful, not login successful, logged in successfully, I think that's better, logged in successfully. And also we need to make a set timeout, like set timeout, and it will be with navigation. I believe we need to get the navigation from there. Cons navigate, use navigate. Okay, so now we need to navigate through that one, and we're gonna navigate like navigate to home page, and it will be after 2000 milliseconds. After 2 seconds it's gonna navigate. And also we're gonna make some error message, and I'm gonna just popping up with my source, because it will be just easy the way we did before. So in here we're gonna pop that error message. Oops, I think it's not yet done. Okay, so in here what we are going to set up, instead of that one, the same procedure, if the error code, like if we're getting the error code, if error code dot includes that out invalid email, means the email is not valid, it will give us a set user email error, the invalid email. And if the password have a wrong password, it's gonna give a wrong password and it will tell us to try again. And whenever is right, and also if there is any other error, it will just give us the something is up, try with the correct credential, to let the user see that what's going on in the like if they make the console.log. So in first thing first, what we need to do, we need to create our loading option. Before loading options, we need to create our, need to show our email and the email error, and also the password error. So below the email error, we're gonna show that email user email error, and also we need to show the user error password. You can put in the same state, but I'm just making it separate. You can put in the same state with the condition if you like. I'm just making it simple to understand. And also we need another loading state, the same loading state we used there in the registration. You can feel free to copy that one, it will be the same. And remember, you need to import that one in the top level. So now we have that error, we have that loading, but one more thing we need our success message. Like when everything is done, that state, that like that full state will be gone, and there will be a success message, and after showing that message, it will take us to our home page. And to do that, what I'm gonna do, our entire form, remember we have a form, our entire form I'm gonna clear out when it's successful, like it's logged in successfully. Like what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it, that one, and then if there is a success message, what it gonna do, and if if there is a success message, it's gonna give us a div. Inside the div, we're gonna put that one, like whatever the necessary. And if there is no success message, it's gonna popping up all other things. And for the success message, for that div, what will be, it will be the simple one success message with a little bit of like design and other things. Feel free to go and do your own design if you like. Let's save it. So first of all, let's go to make one login, and we need to make, like, we create an account with admin, just put some wrong password and character. Let's see, invalid email. Wow, very good. Okay, now we give it admin@gmail.com, gmail.com, and the password will be wrong password. So it's checking and deleting everything. Either you cannot remove that, so the field will be okay, it depends on you. So let's create now, this time admin@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6, and continue our loading going on. Oh, wrong password, try again. Okay, let's see, we have admin, yeah, admin.gmail.com, we have that, admin@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Try again. Something is up, means we are getting a bad request, that can be having some issue. So let's go back to our code, let's see where we made the wrong thing, because we used to get our credential, our user, right? So first of all, let's go over here, and we're making the set loading false, we're giving a set success message. Somewhere, okay, after giving the success message, we're putting the set timeout, which will give us 2 seconds should be. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try another email. Let's see. Okay, I think that's sometime the connection problem, or maybe we put some wrong password, that's the issue. So now we are having our user with every other thing, but now we no need all of those information. So if you are having the same issue, just wait for a bit, okay, it will be fine. So now what we're gonna do, whenever we are having the user in the sign in, we need to send that user to our state, to our Redux toolkit. Okay, so by default it is like if you see the payload, user info is null. So now we need to activate our user. So how do we activate that one? To do that, first of all, let's go to our Redux, like where we created our Redux store. In here, I believe Amazon slice. In here we're gonna create a piece of state of, in here after the production, we're gonna create here the user authentication. So first of all, we will create like user info. Okay, set user info, and in that, what it's gonna take, it's gonna take an state and it will take an action. So what action and state it gonna be, we will declare over here. Remember, our state, user state is user info. By default it is null, just be remember that one. So state dot user info equal to like action dot payload. So whatever the action dot payload we are going to pass, it will be this our state dot user info, and don't forget to pass that one here, otherwise it will not work. So in the sign in, now we need to work with that, we need to send that data, we need to dispatch that data once we are logged in. we are not gonna console the user anymore, because we're gonna send that data to user. First of all, we need to use dispatch. So const dispatch, and it will be like use dispatch. You can arrange it the way you like, you know, in the label, top label, down label, that doesn't matter. I went through for all of it, so it's working. That's why I'm just jumping with it. So now in here, what I'm gonna do after I logged in, like I have the user credential, I'm gonna make a dispatch call, and that dispatch call will be set user info. It will coming from the Redux. You need to import, and as you see, it's already imported in the top, so don't forget to import, otherwise it will just freak out. So now here, I believe, yeah, in here, what we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna pass an object. In user info, remember, it's a null, so we can pass anything there. We can pass an array, any value. So we're gonna pass an object, which object will take an ID, and ID will be user.uid. Okay, that UID we are getting from the user. Whenever we are consoling, you know, the lots of properties we're getting there, and the username will be like user.display name. That's the way they are naming on that one. And the email will be user.email, and also we need that password, the image. So user.photo URL will be our image. So now we are dispatching that one to our store. So let's go to our here. Let's just give a refresh. Now we want to log in. First of all, let's remove that admin, because I believe we typed the wrong password. So this one is working, the first one. So we will go with that, or we can just go through, start a fresh one, create another account. So with the full name, okay, and okay, 2, 4, 5, 6. So now if we click, okay, it's loading, account created, everything right, we are in the login page. So now we will log in. First of all, just remember, you just see over here, just focus over here in your store. If you up until here, our user info is null. So from now on, we need to see what is happening. So now we create an account, nur2@gmail.com, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and click. Did you see that? We're getting a payload, and that payload having all the info is related over here. And of course, if you just reload, it will not go, because we are saving it there in the persist reducer. As you see, we have user info, we have user ID, username, user email, and also user image. Now we can access that to our in the navbar. So for that, let's go, because we need to display our name, only then we can see it's available or not. I think no, it's before. Okay, before I use that one to when we are designing that one. So I think when it's we have the user, it will show the user logout portion. So we're gonna log out later on. First of all, let's go to our header. In the header, we're gonna get our data. To get the data, let's close that. In our header, in the header. So now you see we have product. I think before, in a way, I was accessing those data. So I have the user info here. Yeah, I believe I was doing some work here, so I got that. Yes. So what I'm doing, similar with the products info, I'm just getting the user info with the state.amazonreducer.userinfo. So like if I make a console.log, and this is user info, I believe we will see all the info in here. We are seeing the ID, email, image, username. So just you can make that use state, and if you just console log that state, you can get that value from Amazon Reducer. You can get two value, which is products is an array, and the user info, it was null. Now we have the user, we have the value. So first of all, what we want to do, remember, I think in the sign in, whenever we have a user, where is that value? See the hello user. So now here we will put the condition, like and what's the name? We give it here, we give it user info. Now if user info is available, okay, then what it gonna give? It gonna give a p tag with the same p tag. And if it's not available, what it gonna do? I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna paste it over here. With the similar I will paste it, but in here what I'm gonna do, user info dot user, I believe it was name, username. Okay, let's go to console. It was username, yeah, username. If we save it, now see here you can see the name. And also what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so that we can view it properly. I will make it small, and also I'm gonna make it font text small, and the text will be like not white, gray 100, and I'll make it font as medium. If I save it, now we see we have our user, and also we can account that list, we can prefer that one. Now yeah, once you click, it will take us to our there. So let's do that. Okay. Now we are getting something. P cannot appear in the descendant of P. I believe we made a mistake. Yeah, that was the mistake. I will just cut it, and it will be fine, because it was just a duplicate p tag. So whenever you have any error messages, just try to read it, it will explain everything. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna I'll remove that console.log. It's not a good practice to keep. And also in here we can access that one. Okay, so let's go our like I think site nav content, where we keep it, that one. If we click in all, if we go to our header bottom, and inside the header bottom we are keeping that one. Again, I am taking here the user info, and I believe I used work beforehand, so I put the display name as a user info. And let's change the hello sign in. So first of all, I'm gonna put again the same condition. If user info is available, or if it's not available, what it gonna do? If it's available, we're gonna give that, not available, give that. But if it's available, we will change the user no, user info dot username. Now if you go over here, you see the name is there. Now we need to create our logout portion, and also whenever we logged out, we need to remove that data. Like we need to make that as the same value like before. Like whenever, if we go to our, where is our Redux? There's a lot of file here in the Redux, in Amazon Slice. Now here what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a simple state which will be like user sign out. Now in user sign out, we'll give only single state, and then what it gonna do, it gonna make like user sign out in this state. It gonna make oops, I think I'm making inside that previous okay, let me just say that again. So that is our ending here. So now in here we're gonna make that one. So for it will be user sign out, and then it will just take a state, it will not take any action. So that what it will be, state dot user info equal to, it will be null. I don't know from where that error is coming. I believe we need to give a comma over here. Oh yeah, that was the problem only. So now I will copy that, and I'm gonna import from it here. Also need to add a comma. Sometimes PTR is crashing, you see this giving the red light. So now I have the sign out. So now how we gonna sign out? If you can go with the Firebase, I believe it's somewhere over here. You can see it's very difficult to find it every single time, so I'm not gonna find it. You try to find it, or it's here actually, it's just in foresight. So now get out the sign out. That's the way we can just sign out. First of all, let's import the out, and where we gonna sign out? We're gonna sign out in header. Remember, we already use whenever we click on that button, we will sign out, right? So first of all, let's go to our on that button. That button is available here. This is our button. So what I'm gonna do, in the top level, I will make an on click function and handle this logout. So let's recall that function in the top level. Let's go in the top and I'll make const logout. No, it will be handle logout. Handle logout. Let's make a function with it. Just for time being, let's see console.log. Done. If it's working or not, let's see. First of all, go to console, make a click. Yeah, that's working. Now what we need to do, we need to go to our, again the same way, we need to copy those things. We need to get our auth from there, and after having the auth, let it import from here, and also we need to like giving our auth, and now we need to sign out. That's the simple way we're gonna sign out. Okay, so after signing out, that will give our sign out successful, and there it will give us error. Now what we're gonna do, first of all, if we sign out, we're gonna give a console.log that sign out successfully, and that same message you can pass through any of the, like you can use a toastifier to show the message over here. So what I'm gonna do after, when, and also like if there is an error, it's gonna show the error in the console, just to get that on to is done. Now we need to dispatch that method. Remember, we use a method whenever we sign out, it's gonna give us our user info. It will be null, so there will be no user is available, right? So that same thing we need to make it also. So what I'm gonna do, why is not giving that gap? Not looks good. So now in here, after like successfully we logged out, I need to dispatch that data. So first of all, let's get dispatch, const dispatch. Okay, I believe it's imported there. Use dispatch. Yeah, it's there. So now we need to dispatch our action which we created. So after login, let's dispatch, and that action will be user sign out, and that's it. We'll just recall that function. So in here, as you see, our instead we have the name, we have also the image, everything is available here. Now let's sign out, and you see name is gone, and I believe everything is gone. So it's saying us to sign out, and our state is fully in empty, revalidated, and it's like the way it's supposed to be. So first of all, for the last one more time, we're gonna create another user, and that will be the last, then we will upload it. So let's create as admin user, admin@gmail.com. that is our account. Let's continue. See, the spinning is around, account created successfully, and after 3 seconds we are here in the login page. Now type that admin@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6, and if we click, and I believe that's having the problem in here because it needs to just give a little bit time. Okay, let's try here, make a refresh, admin@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, login successful. So if it's not happening in a quick way, just have a patience. Okay, it will work just fine. So now we are having all of those datas, and you see that is working just fine. And also just remember, we are login, and also still we can add the data the way we want. We can add product, and we can go in our card, we can delete product. Okay, so everything we can do. Now in our next build, we're gonna use Stripe to get our payment gateway to that, and also you can add product, you can delete product the way you want. So now after having all of this, what I'm gonna do, let's go to our GitHub. So in my repository, That repository I'm gonna give it to you, so I'm not gonna update in that. First of all, let's go to in the base file of that folder. What I'm gonna do in my documents, I believe in the testing is that one. So I'm gonna remove that my Git repository because I'm gonna create another repository for us. It should be like Amazon build. So let's create that repository. And also in here in our code, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close that. Just see git status just to see, yeah, it's removed already. So I'm gonna make git init. Now git add, I'm gonna add all, and before that git all, just make it that git commit m first commit. And now we need to connect our repository to our application. Just make that git remote and it will connect it automatically. And now we need to do git push origin master. Okay, so I believe it will just uploaded everything over here. And now we can actually go to Netlify or Vercel. Let's go to Vercel. And we can add our project directly from here. We can access it and we can build it. But before building it, what I love to do, I love to do that npm, like why I'm doing that one. Just if you go here and you see the properties of how much the data is captivating, as you see, it's around 639 megabyte. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make npm run build, so it will build a production build over here, and then it will be very lightweight and very faster than usual. See, the build command is running, and now it will create a production build for me, and from there we're gonna deploy it to Vercel from that build folder, so it will be very faster than usual. So let it create that structure. It will just take a bit of time because it's gonna building everything from the scratch. Okay. And also whenever we're gonna commit, by default, if you just I think place the git ignore, that you see it will ignore our build folder. Okay, there is no build folder. Okay, yeah, because I already make it ignore, because in your file it will be like that, so you need to just comment it, so it will be work just fine. So we have our build folder is run. So now I need to add again, not npm add, it will be git add, and also let me git commit and give a message, and that will be build folder added. And now git push origin master. Okay, now if we refresh, I believe, yeah, it's updated. Now let's go to Vercel. Let's create another new project, and now we're gonna get from the Amazon build, so we're gonna give the same name, and here we're gonna take the build directory, because as you see, whenever okay, let's start deploy. So when it's deploying, because I want to show you why I'm using the build command, because if you just see over here, now see it's already uploaded. It's very fast. If you have the build command, it will just take some seconds. See, it's 4.74 megabyte, and you see how faster is uploaded. Now if you just go continue, and if we see our build over here, and you see it's running very slick. And let's see if we can log in here. We have which account we created, and you see we have an account called admin. So let's see if we can add that admin at gmail.com, and password is 123456. When I'm logging as an admin. You see, I can see all the details of me, and also I will be able to add the product, view the card, like delete all the product from the card, and also to log out. So now it's the same procedure you can follow to adapt it. I will give the GitHub link in the description, so you can feel free to follow through and adapt that one. Hope you can do it. In the next build, we're gonna finish that one. That will be the last build. Okay, so sit tight. We're gonna finish with the actual payment method. So see you in next video. All the best.